Guess where I am? Spain! Here we are. I just arrived at Antonio's place, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's after the siesta. So I'm going to do some riding. Just said hello to Antonio. We are in Sevilla, close to Sevilla, in the Mecca of Doma Vaquera. This is where it all happens, everybody. Let me see if I can try to turn this around and show you guys a little bit. If either I'll walk backwards. This is his stable. This is where you come in. I'm not very used to this, as you can see. This is the indoor riding arena. I'll show you a little bit, and then I'll come back later, hopefully with some images on some riding. I'll be telling you all about what we're doing. And we'll be closer to the source now, so this is much more exciting than those boring old horrible weather videos that I've been taking in Holland. So back in a bit. So here we are. Here's a better picture, not me in front of the stable. This is where we come in. Here's the stable part. Yeah, I just love being in Spain. Look at the amazing colors. Everything seems so much more vibrant. I guess it's just when you have sunshine. So here's the stables where most of the horses are on this side on the left. They all stand on straw, which is awesome because, you know, I think personally it's the best. Horses, they like to nibble on straw all day. Really big old cobblestone floors. Here's Latino, my big friend. He's like, oh no, are you back? Are we gonna ride? Here he is. Hopefully I'll be riding him in a little bit, in a minute or so. I'll try to film some of that as well. Don't know if I'll get a lesson yet, but otherwise I'll film something in any case. Here's a horse ready to be ridden, probably ready for Antonio. Antonio's fixing the arena. He's got the horses, the car hooked up. Here's the indoor arena. Somebody raking it. Antonio just fixed it with the car. There's Antonio out there in the car. Making everything immaculate. Antonio reminds me a lot of my dad. My dad was always sweeping. If he wasn't training the horses, doing something with the horses, he was cleaning the stables, sweeping the stables. Always busy, busy, busy. Here's one of those infamous serretas. And here's Antonio's grandson. This is nice to see. This kid has real talent. He's got so much bravura. It's incredible. He's been riding. I came here around 9 years ago. He's 9 now, so a little less than 9 years ago. And I think it was one of the first times he sat on a horse. I have a picture of it. And the first thing he did was grab the reins. It was amazing. He's a total natural. I hope he sticks with it and does competitions, because he's definitely going to be a good follow-up to his granddad. So I'll be back in a bit. Hopefully you'll see me on horseback. I'll be explaining a lot. So this is Latino. Hi, say hi, Latino. Latino, this is the horse I always ride. Well, mostly ride when I really do lessons and stuff like that. Latino is a 12-year-old Tres Sangres. He's what they call 3-blood, which is a mix between Andalusian, Arabian, and English thoroughbred, or thoroughbred as we would say. His father is a purebred Arabian, and his mother was part Andalusian and part thoroughbred. Latino is what I would call a man's horse, which are most of the horses here. They're very sensitive horses, but they've been trained by men, so you know the A's are a little bit harder, I guess. I mean, not that this is always the case, don't get me wrong, but that tends to be the case here, I find. She needs to use a little bit more leg. I'm not used to that because you told on my mare she's super sensitive, so She's like a Ferrari, I always say. If you just have to touch that pedal really soft and you're already flying. So, isn't he beautiful? But Latino, he also, you have to always keep jiggling a little bit with your bit so he doesn't, go against the bit. So his mouth stays soft. You can kind of tell by his neck. He's got a little bit of an underneck, so he likes to, if somebody rides him that doesn't know this, he'll try you out and he'll put his neck up, his lower neck muscles, and then he'll go against the bit. So he's been sold now to actually a man with a young boy. He's probably being ridden by him, so he probably won't know these things. So I really noticed he was a little bit out of shape. That's okay. It just makes our job a little bit more difficult. A little bit out of shape, a little bit not, less sensitive to the aids, etc. But Latino's a great horse, is what they would call him. He's really a schooling horse. They basically said, don't let a green rider on a great horse. Well, this is a good horse to learn on because he does do all the exercises and he knows how to do them. It's just, if you want to fine tune them, and the difference, especially in things like, bend and everything, fine tuning all those exercises, you feel the difference, but technically he can do them all. He can do your media vuelta, he can do your pirueta in canter, he can do stops, he can do pirueta inversa, directa, so pirouettes and walk around the forehand, that's the word I was looking for previously. Forehand, around the hindquarters. He can literally do it all, and he will do it all. He's a gentleman like that. If you know a little bit what you're doing, he'll accommodate. So it's a beautiful horse to learn on. You'll probably see me riding more of him, and he's the horse I was riding in previous videos as well. So I'm done right now, so we're going to put him back in the stall. So here I'm riding Latino, starting out doing some media vuelta in walk. Latino wasn't as fit, I thought, as he was last time, so we're having a little bit of difficulty here. But one thing to explain about the media vuelta is that actually there's been some discussion on internet lately in Spain about the media vuelta, because the discussion is, should you do it high and prepared or low and unprepared? So I was kind of trying both ways with Latino. That was an unprepared one. So really, trying to see what makes more sense. Obviously, most people like it high. They think that's more beautiful. It seems like it's in slow motion. But if you think about Doma, that's an unprepared one again. If you think about Doma Vaquera being really something that should be used functionally in the campo, working with the cattle, then it should be unprepared, right? Because you don't know what will happen at any moment in time. A bull or a cow could come from any which way, and you have to all of a sudden turn around 180. So you never know. So there's something to be said for both. For competition sport, obviously it's not necessary doing it unprepared, but it is beautiful to see it when it's when it's done high and in such a beautiful way, and it's actually really fun to do as well. Here I was preparing a little bit to do a pirouette and canter. Latino having a little bit of trouble with that because, like I said, he wasn't quite as fit as he was last time. So I was trying to prepare him a little bit with some travers, and then making my circles smaller and smaller. Here I try the other side. Here a little bit more in travers first, with haunches in on the circle, and then making it smaller, and he had a little bit of difficulty, keeping his hind legs engaged and, and moving. Here I'm doing some flying changes on the zigzag. There you saw his hindquarters a little bit crooked. On the right side, he's actually, here you see it again, his shoulders weren't leading, his hindquarters were leading. He has a little bit of a difficulty bending to the right. So that's makes these types of exercises a little bit harder. You want to make sure the shoulders lead in your lateral movements. Here you again see his shoulders lag a little bit, so his hindquarters lead, and then I have to correct him a little bit. Here on the left, he's okay. He has much better bend, shoulders following nicely. One thing to comment is that there was a tractor outside, and it turns out Latino is a bit of a scaredy cat. So what you can't see is that the door to the outside is open, and I turned off the sound, but otherwise you would hear this tractor going the whole time when they were picking up some old doors or something outside. So Latino was really watching that, which is good to know because I plan to do some competitions with Latino this year. I think it'll be with Latino, and it's good to know that he, is a little bit of a scaredy cat for that kind of thing. Here again, I'm trying my pirouette and canter. See, his hindquarters are having a bit of difficulty keeping up and keeping under his mass and keep moving to really finish the pirouette. So I thought, okay, I'll go large again, change leads, go the other way. Like I said, he wasn't quite as fit as he was last time, which was a bit of a shame. He changed owners, so maybe he's not ridden as much now. Here I try it the other way again, going large and then trying to go smaller. Last time I was there in October. Well, yeah, I was there in December, but I rode him more in October. See, there he even breaks into a trot. He was much better, much more fit. That was it for this week. Hope you enjoyed getting an impression of Antonio Quinta's stables. I have lots more videos in store for you. Next week I'll make a video of Antonio schooling a beautiful young mare. Really interesting to see how similar but also different the approach is. I also have an update on tack and talk a little bit more about the bit and bridles. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below or on my Facebook page, Centauro. And don't forget to subscribe and like us so you always know when I post a new video. You don't want to miss a single sermon in my pursuit to spread the gospel of Doma Vaquera.